Hey guys, welcome to the African Witness. For those of you who were here before, you will notice the name has changed from Billionaire Duchess. This rebranding reflects a deeper clarity of my purpose, not just to share my personal struggles, but to expose the systemic injustice I and others face and to ultimately uplift the stories of Africa. This first vlog under my new name dives into the profound toll this battle has taken on my mind, my home, and my very life. I woke up several times. I think I woke up like practically every hour. And so at 5 o'clock, I woke up and then I fell asleep again. And the thing is, every time I wake up, I hear these people like somebody on my floor, either somebody moving away from my door. 5 o'clock, the same thing. I fell asleep and then I woke up 11 again, and then again I heard somebody walking off from my door. And then that smell, that awful, awful smell that they have every single day, burnt toast. It's like, is it so difficult to make toast without burning it? Every single day, that god awful smell. It doesn't matter if I wake up at 11, at 8, they will put it on. And then on top of that, I had several nightmares. Like in one dream, this man that really showed me what true betrayal is in life. He was in there. And then it's like I can't dream without these people in there. These abusers. Every dream I have, I'm being followed, I'm being chased, whatever it is. It's like I can't dream normally without being harassed. So obviously, when I woke up, I was already upset. And I haven't been able to just pick myself up again. It's like, even my dream, I'm contemplating, like, oh, in one of the dreams, I think I checked into a hotel, but I've been there before, I've done it. And before you know it, you run out of money and then you end up in the street. So I feel so trapped in this prison of my mind, prison of this house. I just don't know what to do anymore. I pray, and there is no solution. And then whatever goes to my mind, I end up coming back to I am literally alone in this planet. Literally alone. Every day, everything that I go through, I deal with it all by myself, you know? And the weird thing is, I come from such a huge family. I have family all around the world. I even have family in the UK. But yet I am alone because I don't have good people that I can call out to. There is none. So going through these emotions all by myself, praying to a silent God for solutions to escape this prison that I've been put in unfairly, unjustly for 6 years. We are going into the sixth year. 2026 is the sixth year. Recently, somebody's made me aware of how I've always been working towards achieving my goals on LinkedIn. Like, I once commented on this Gary V influencer. He's like this marketing guru. And back then, I was following him, I was listening to him, and I bought his book. And I commented on it that I bought his book and I was so excited to put it into practice because 8 years ago, I actually wanted to start branding myself on social media in terms of creating content. So I've been trying to do it for on and off, but the consistency is just not there. And in my current situation, it's very difficult for me to just keep being consistent because I am constantly suffering with the abuse that I go through, to not understanding why people are doing this. What motivates them to hate you so much that they can do cruel things to you? Why they know what effect it has on you. To live in a house where you are only surrounded by hostile people. And so rather than working towards my goals, I am sitting here or lying here, licking my wounds, and I am hungry. I need to take my shower, but because of what they do whenever I go and take my shower, that's also a fear. that I don't want to take my shower because it will upset me when I discover that they have destroyed something of mine again. I am human. I am not a robot that I can constantly let it fly. If somebody does that to you for 6 years in a row, would you let it fly? Would it be so easy to just, oh, it's nothing? That's okay. 6 years in a row, 24/7, 365 days a year. How many people will survive that? So my life is just constantly flashing me by, reminiscing about how I used to be a go getter, an ambitious person, somebody who achieved anything that she set her mind to now somebody who has been homeless for since 2023. And I'm saying homeless because this living situation is not life. I might be within four walls, but it's the same thing as a woman in an abusive relationship with a man, feeling trapped, not able to move. That's the same situation that I'm in. And it's getting harder and harder to pick myself up. I have to pull all the motivation from inside and making lists in my head, pros and cons, what can I do, but not coming to a solution. The person that is so solution oriented. So right now I just feel weak and miserable, and I hate myself for it because I don't want to feel weak and miserable. And I am trying to tell myself, all the motivation in the world that I can give myself and everything, what can I do about the situation? How can I change it? That is constantly what is going through my mind. How can I change it? How can I change it? What solution is there? So I make a list, endless list, pros and cons. Which country can I go to? Where can I be safe? Where can I feel that I am not being persecuted? Where can I go where I can at least get a fair chance of trying to rebuild my life? Because it's not about having nothing in life, it's about not having anything and constantly being sabotaged. That's what I'm constantly dealing with. Because even in this desperate situation that I'm in, I can be okay living in this tiny ass room with strangers. If those strangers were not constantly harassing me, doing things to upset me, why? Like just now, I was doing the recording. Somebody starts smoking weed, one of these stalkers, because they are listening to me. And if they are human, their consciousness is telling them that what they are doing is wrong. So they have to drug themselves to be able to cope with the abuse that they are putting me through. And it's coming from the room of that white girl. She is in there with a black man. And I think the black man is the one with the conscience because I don't expect any white person to have any empathy for a black person. Only a black person can understand. Because, I mean, come on, just open a book. This is an old play that is constantly being played on people with my skin color. So I'm locked in this house, feeling like I'm trapped in a prison where I can't move. The chains are invisible. The chains that wrapped around me are invisible. The prison has no locks. I can walk out, but am I walking into freedom or another trap of the maze that I find myself in? And that's the right word, a rat in a maze. Because wherever I go, there is the same scenario being created, waiting for me. And that's why I can't come to a conclusion. Do I go back to the Netherlands where I grew up, which is home, where I have my rights? But in the Netherlands, the same situation will be waiting for me there. If I try to find a place to live, find a room to live, they will instruct that person to do the same horrible things these people have been doing here. And that's the constant battle that I'm facing with in my life. Wherever I go, I meet the same type of people. I have no peace whatsoever. The same type of people everywhere I go. I mean, in the UK, when I came back to the UK, I stayed in the hotels and then before my money ran out, I rented a room. with this black family, Sierra Leone or something. Both of them were from vicious people, Muslims. They did the same thing. It's like everywhere I go, all of a sudden these people stop working. They are in the house 24/7 to torment me, to burn me with devices, to do nasty things to my food, to destroy my things. So it's constant from trauma to trauma. And then Walton on Thames, Zimbabweans, because I decided at one point I don't want to live with white people because I am literally now afraid of white people. Not afraid in the sense of if it comes to physical thing that I can't defend myself. No, I am afraid of your mindset. I'm afraid of your mindset, of your mentality, your attitude, your nature. That's what I'm afraid of. So I do not want to live with them because I don't trust them. And so if I'm renting a room, I want to live somewhere where I don't come across these people because I don't know what they are capable of. But then again, my own people, they will instruct them. And some of my own people, because of poverty, they lose their humanity. Poverty and desperation. I can go to Ghana. My mother has a house, houses, not a house, houses that is left to me and my sister. But can I claim it? No. Because if I go there, these awful family members who already hate me because I want to claim my inheritance, they will be made part. And God forbid what else they will be capable of because some white man is paying them. So I go through life being homeless, being abused every single day. Even my dreams, these big dreams that I have, trying to save the world, trying to have an impact, to make the world a better place for those of us that don't have people that are in our corner, for those of us that don't have somebody fighting for us, for our survival. But I'm wasting my God given talents, I'm wasting my God given intelligence away because I am dealing with this situation constantly. Well, I don't see a way out. I'm feeling trapped. It's just, I don't know. And the funny thing is, everything was planned. My life as it is right now was meant to be like this. It was planned, you know?